Hi, my name is Hana Ahmed.
And my name is Siham Ibrahim, and together we've both chosen to do the theory, grit and growth mindset, and how it is applied through professional practices and development.
In this presentation, me and Siham have chosen two different issues within professional development, and we've spoke about how this affects students, how it affects adults and teachers. The two different issues we've chosen is communication and goal setting.
What is grit and growth mindset? A growth mindset is when students understand that abilities can be developed. Having a growth mindset allows students to develop more than children who may have a fixed mindset. Having a growth mindset allows people that even have the most basic of their abilities can also develop through hard work. Having this mindset always creates a love for learning and allows room for accomplishment. Whether or not a student may have a growth mindset affects their learning. This limits the student's growth and does not allow them room to develop their skills. Students who have a growth mindset constantly show results that they do better than students who may not have that kind of mindset. A growth mindset versus a fixed mindset. A growth mindset is like nature versus nurture. People who have a fixed mindset don't tend to do better than people who have a growth mindset. People who have a fixed mindset constantly believe that the failure is the limit of their abilities, and that they are, if they're not good at something, they can't become good at something. People in a growth mindset believe that anyone can be good at anything because your abilities are entirely due to your actions. Having a growth mindset would encourage teachers to say, when you learn a new kind of problem, it grows your brain, rather than not everyone's good at it, try your best. Teachers are constantly encouraged to use a growth mindset in order to create a more positive environment for children to want to learn more. What is communication? Communication is often defined as exchanging interactions with others through writing, speaking, or using another medium. Communication is a key factor in growth mindset because this is how the idea of growth mindset is passed around. The way teachers communicate with their students plays a huge role in developing their growth mindset. If students are constantly reminded that they're capable of doing anything they put their mind to, they'll develop a growth mindset. Having a growth mindset is said to be very important by many researchers. Whereas teachers communicate with students in a way that they would develop a fixed mindset, would not allow students to develop the way that they should be developing.
What is goal setting? Goal setting mainly involves the development plans. These plans are initiated as a guide for one to be motivated into achieving their main goal. Often goal setting can be used alongside guides and criteria, which are a set of rules to follow. For example, SMART. This is an example of a criteria people often follow into achieving their main goal. Goal setting is a major component of personal development in both young children and adults. Developing grit through goal setting. Through research, I found a blog that Anderson 2019 wrote. In her blog, she talks about her experience as a teacher and gives her views on goal setting within a classroom environment. She speaks on her experience with many students coming to her with minimal beliefs in their capabilities. She shows that many students have struggled through much or all of their short academic careers, explaining that by the time students come to her, they've resigned themselves to a reality of low achievement. This initially speaks about how she feels that students develop a mindset that they're not able to complete tasks. They don't have an idea about what goal setting is. They have no stepping ladder into achieving their main goal. The majority of adults believe that the idea of telling a kid that they need to put more effort into their work and try harder. She believes that this is not always the answer. A large proportion of students have a high work ethic but lack motivation. Goal settings provides every individual student a roadmap of his or her success. What this means is that it makes them aware of the areas that they need to improve on. Lack of setting goals. The main purpose of educators is to build habits and characteristics which will later aid students into becoming productive individuals. An ability teachers are able to teach students are to set goals and teach them the ways to achieving them, using maps to set out smaller goals along the way. Teaching students to set their own goals, own personal goals, and aiding them along the way develop stamina and grit, keeping them engaged in tasks they would normally give up on. A lack of setting goals changes one's mindset into thinking they are unable to complete tasks based on their goals. Thank you for listening to our presentation.